What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Just want to do a quick video. I think I told you guys in a live stream back in July. When did they decide to do this debate? Was it early August? When it was about a month ago. I told you guys that when they were going to finally debate, once Kamala entered the race and it was reported they were supposed to do a debate September the 10th, and there was some trepidations about whether Trump was going to do it or not. Well, I'm going to go live tonight, scheduled at 9 p.m. And the debate will be, I believe, in Philadelphia at the National Constitution Center. The debate begins at 9 p.m. And this will be the first time that former President Trump and Democratic standard bearer and current Vice President Kamala Harris will face off against each other. The moderators will be World News Tonight anchor and managing editor David Muir and ABC News Live Prime anchor Lindsay Davis. There'll be a pre-debate special. I'm not watching that shit. They'll air between 8 and 9 Eastern Daylight Time. So remember, if you are in the Central Time Zone, that's 8 p.m. If you're in the Rocky Mountain Time Zone, I guess is what it is, that's 7 p.m. And if you're in the West Coast Pacific Time, that's 6 p.m. If you ain't doing anything. So these are the rules. The debate will be 90 minutes with 2 commercial breaks. The 2 seated moderators will be the only people asking questions. A coin flip was held virtually on September 3rd, Tuesday, to determine podium placement and order of closing statements. Former President Donald Trump won the coin toss and chose to select the order of statements. The former president will offer the last closing statement, and Vice President Harris selected the right podium position on screen, stage left. So Trump will be on the left, Harris will be on the right, much like how Trump was on the left and Biden was on the right in the June 27th debate, if I'm reading that correctly. Candidates will be introduced by the moderators. The candidates entered upon introduction from opposite sides of the stage. The incumbent party will be introduced first, so that means Kamala will be introduced first. No opening, and I guess that's to indicate they're not going to be shaking hands or greeting one another. Since Trump has become a candidate, they don't like each other. No opening statements. Closing statements will be 2 minutes per candidate. Candidates will stand behind podiums for the duration of the debate. Props or pre-written notes are not allowed on stage. No topics or questions will be shared in advance with campaigns or candidates. Candidates will be given a pen, a pad of paper, and a bottle of water. Candidates will have 2-minute answers for questions, 2-minute rebuttals, and 1 extra minute for follow-ups, clarifications, or responses. Now, this is indicative of the debacle that happened back in 2020 between Biden and Trump. Candidates' microphones will be live only for the candidate whose turn it is to speak and muted when the time belongs to another candidate. Now, remember, prior to 2008, the way these debates were held with Kennedy, Nixon in 60, Ford and Carter in 76, Reagan, Carter in 80. But people forget that there was a debate with Reagan and Anderson, which Carter didn't show up before that. Reagan, Mondale, Bush, Dukakis, Clinton, Bush and Perot, Clinton and Dole in 96, Bush and Gore, and Bush and Kerry. All those debates, remember, the question would be asked to them. They would give their response, and then that was pretty much it. Then the question will be going toward the other candidate. Sometimes, before the candidate would answer the question, he would respond to something that was said by the other candidate, but that was frowned upon. It was in 2008 when they said, well, let's change it. Let's have them interact with one another. But then we saw that just deteriorate into shouting matches and people talking over one another. It was just awful. So they got to the point where they said, you know what, we can't do this anymore, so let's mute the mic. That's really the Trump rule, to be honest with you. Candidates will not be permitted to ask questions of each other. Campaign staff may not interact with candidates during commercial breaks. Moderators will seek to enforce timing agreements and ensure a civilized discussion. This is what I don't like. There will be no audience in the room. I don't like that. It makes it feel like a theatrical stage. Well, things are kind of staged, but, you know, I guess they feel like people are such savages now that they can't shut the hell up while they're, you know, they don't want to hear the audience, yeah, Trump, 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 Kamala. They don't like that. They want the audience to be professional and impartial. It's not going to happen in this era. So look, Kamala, her campaign conveniently, finally, just before the debate, put up a policy page on her website. Yeah, just in time. That's going to be a big part of Trump's attack. What does she stand for? She doesn't like to talk about that. She hadn't been interviewed in the 60. How long has it been now she's been a candidate for president? Like 50 something? Is it approaching 60 days? I've lost count. Whatever the hell it's been a while. Let's just go with 50 something days. Approaching 2 months, she's been the standard bearer, pretty much. And I don't think she's given one interview where she's discussed her policy positions. But I've heard that she's been really, you know, in what's the word I'm looking for? She's really been doing her homework on that. So I don't know what to expect. You know, and you know, Trump has to answer some things himself. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest knocks on Trump is that he's not truthful. He's not truthful. And one of the things that Trump has got to be careful of is that he was able to get away with this with Hillary to a certain extent. And Biden, obviously. But because she's perceived as a black woman, he's probably a little bit leery of being seen as a bully on her. You know what I'm saying? Kamala has to come across as presidential, but not the word that rhymes with witch. She, you know, there's a little stigma on her being mean. You know, people that work for her say that she's mean or whatever. So I don't know. It's just a lot of stuff. I really don't think that this debate is going to, unless something disastrous happens, I don't really think there's going to be that much gained. But an election is close. Who knows? But we'll see. We'll see what goes on. But tell me what you guys think.